Before we open this set, let's quickly check out the details on the case here. In the front cover, we have a big picture of the figure inside, the MechaGodzilla figure. This side, look again, MechaGodzilla from different angle, and looks like it has the effect parts for the plasma punch attack MechaGodzilla has in the movie. On this side, nothing. On the back here, we have a lot of pictures that tells us a lot. Here again, a big overview picture for the MechaGodzilla figure inside, and all these pictures shows that this figure, like all S.H Monsterarts, is capable of a lot of articulation to in order to pose for many kind of display and posture to recreate the fighting scenes like MechaGodzilla does from the Godzilla vs. Kong movie. And it looks like we have a lot of effect parts. Again, this the plasma energy punch effect parts, and then there seems to be like the fire from like its propeller or rocket boosters to the back, and there's an interchangeable tail part to simulate like the tail turning into the drill form, and fine, there's some other parts, gray parts down there that's not exactly shown too clearly, but I believe that's like the connector piece for the firing effect. And finally, this MechaGodzilla's breath energy attack, the photonic screen. So this set has a lot of accessory for you to set up MechaGodzilla figure with. That's very exciting. Looks like that's all the detail we're gonna see. So now let's get the set open. So in here we have a big set with like 2 layers, and the big instruction manual here. Looks like we got like a pair of interchangeable or alternate hands up here, and lots of all those accessories you saw on the back on this side in this second case, and which includes us like a display stand for the photonic screen effect parts. Before getting the MechaGodzilla figure out from the case, let's quickly look over the instruction manual. So here it's showing like on the shoulder of the MechaGodzilla figure, you can open up like its shoulder rocket launcher. And its interchangeable hands, it can also switch its pieces with the default hands. And here, apparently it's on its torso, on its like what's supposed to be like the ab muscle section. It can open up some also more rocket launcher parts. Of course, they won't really shoot anything. And this is like a cautionary section telling you like how when you work with articulation of the the legs, there's some connector that you don't want to. You want to be careful not break, or when you may accidentally dislocate them. And then there's a interchangeable tail tip that can change from this regular blade to like a drill form. There. On the back again, how you can just put on the photonic screen into Mechagodzilla's mouth, and how you have to remove a cover on the back to install the connector for the propelling fire effect parts. And apparently, rather than putting the plasma energy effect onto the hand, you just have to totally replace it with the hand. And now let's get the figure out. With the S.H Monsterarts and S.H figure arts, it's always best to be careful when you open the cover of these plastic casing, because if you are not careful, you could send all the small accessory inside the set to be just flying off. Although in this case, the set barely has any accessory here except for the interchangeable hands. But again, it's still better to be careful, because even if you just send them flying by accident, again, it will be very painful for you to try to recover them. Here we have a little, and looks like there was already one piece that fell from the set here, and I'm just gonna have to find where they're supposed to go. So apparently this fallen piece is like the armor piece on Mechagodzilla's leg here. Let's just put it back. Now let's explore this figure's articulation. Looks like it's got very versatile and flexible tail. And wide range of motion for its legs and feet. So this will allow you to adjust its stance very easily. And good range of motion for its shoulder as well. And the shoulder pad armor here can move up, so to allow the arms to move more freely, and the hand can turn or rotate. Finally, its head, it can rotate its neck very freely, and its head, it can like press forward a little bit and backward. And so this allows, all these range of motion allows the figure to look like 45 degrees to left and right. And finally, its jaws can open easily and reveal the firing or the cannon part that's supposed to fire the photonic screen energy beam. these articulation, you can use this figure to pose MechaGodzilla for any kind of display you want. And now let's check out those weapons parts you saw from the instruction menu, like from the shoulder here. It's like in the movie, Mechagodzilla shoots missiles from these shoulder missile launchers. There's a one on this side as well. And finally, there's three sets of missile launcher on its abs here, although it can be kind of tricky to open. And as good as the Tamashi Nation are thorough and at following through the detail by adding these missile launchers on, for display purposes they may be next to useless, because again, these are so small, so even if you open them up, it's probably cannot be seen unless you look at Mechagodzilla here at the close range. Again, like this close, or look, but again, it's hard to get to look at this that close, and even with that, you can't really see much of anything, because this set does not include any rocket launching effect parts for those rocket launcher. And to utilize the alternate hands, all you have to do is simply pull out the default hands and put the alternate ones on. You can use this for maybe stimulate different kind of punching pose or grabbing, holding pose. Another way to utilize all these hand parts is that you can switch the pieces. You can take out like some fingers here, some on the default hands, and then just switch them. This can be more useful if you want to make Mechagodzilla look like holding something, or more like punching. And that covers the basic feature of this set without utilizing those special effect parts. And now let's start trying on those accessories. We'll start simple by just trying out the tail first. Here. There we go. We have like the tail in the form of spear or drill, and of course it would be a drill if there's a way you can get the tail to or specifically the tail tip to start spinning, but no, but this will have to do. So you can use Mechagodzilla here with this tail tip to pose like attacking, poking someone with its tail. Although, as you see, since it's not so easy for the tail to hold a good attacking angle by itself, you might need a compatible display stand to hold the tail up. Now, to try on the plasma energy punch effect parts. There. With it, we can set up the energy punching pose yourself on the case. And now to set up the rocket boosters on its back, we'll have to first lift up these two panels right below its shoulders and then open up these panels. And then we're gonna plug in the connector pieces into those holes. One for each side, I mean 3 for each side, but 1 for each hole. And even after putting them on, there's still some articulation for these boosters, so you can kind of move the rocket fire in kind of the way you want it to, and then just kind of close it up. Same thing to this side. Now we put on the afterburn firing effect parts. There we go. And with these effect parts attached on, we can set up the display pose that simulates Mechagodzilla kind of propelling itself forward. And by utilizing both the rocket booster firing effect parts and along with the plasma energy punch, you can set up like this display pose yourself on the case, like Mechagodzilla is lunging forward and with the boosters propelling, supporting its power to put on a huge mean energy punch. But in order to hold this pose, you will really need a strong compatible display stand to hold it in place. Finally, we're gonna set up Mechagodzilla's most powerful energy attack, the Photonic screen. So here's the base and for the display stand. You can set up here. And now you have to put these energy effect parts on like this. Here is how we simulate the Mechagodzilla spitting out the photonic screen attack. We can always adjust the angles on the stand and change the arm pose to make the attack look more powerful, and also to make it look like he's he's firing forward rather than just firing down. This display setup is best to work with the S.H. Monsterarts of Godzilla from Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire movie, because this set includes Godzilla's atomic breath, and this design is also almost identical to the Monsterarts from the Godzilla vs. Kong movie. And with this, we can set up the fighting pose of Godzilla's atomic breath versus Mechagodzilla's photonic screen. Like this. With that, we have covered all the basic features of this set. This final battle edition is actually the second S.H. Monsterarts of the Monsterverse Mechagodzilla to be released, while this set you see here was the first one. Both share pretty much near identical design, while this first set does not include all the fancy attack accessories or effect parts you just saw. So this might make most collectors and fans automatically think only this one is worth collecting, while this one would be just waste of money. And that may be kind of true in terms of cost effectiveness. But look a little more closer. This one is kind of almost, its body is pretty much color all just gray or silver. Well, this one, the Final Battle Edition, has some red painted on it. It's to simulate when Mechagodzilla is like really attacking with all full force, like when it's all powered up. So like it's like when it's really executing the photonic screen attack, or when it's used a plasma energy punch, which means like this one is still pretty much the better option to simulate just purely physical attack poses. It's only so this one is really good to utilize those attack effect parts with, so that it'll look more serious and more charged up. While this, you can just use this to pose a little less deadly kind of attack. But still, if you cannot build enough budget for both, and you can only, for whatever reason, you only want, or you can only get only one of them, then this one would be definitely be my recommended as a better choice to acquire for collection. The obvious reason is that this set is the one that has a full potential to recreate the full fighting things of Mechagodzilla from the movie, with the energy punches, its rocket propelling appearance, and as well as, of course, the photonic screen effect parts. Not only would it be useful in posing with and set up display with other S.H. Monsterarts by itself, it's good enough to simulate all those attack. And if you have the Godzilla and Kong S.H. Monsterarts from the Godzilla vs. Kong series, then you can definitely make a whole full set and set up all kinds of display recreation from the movie. So if you are a Monsterverse Mechagodzilla fan, I would definitely recommend you consider getting this set into your collection. This concludes my review for this set. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And please check out other videos in my channel. If you have any question, please leave them in the comment section. I will answer with the best of my knowledge and ability.